Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, fellow debaters. We, the government team, firmly believe that land degradation is primarily caused by human activities and not by extreme weather conditions. To clarify, land degradation refers to the decline in the land's productive capacity. It's about the soil losing its ability to support plant growth and provide ecosystem services. We'll demonstrate how human actions are the primary drivers. Think about deforestation. Humans clear forests for farming, logging, and urbanization. This removes the protective tree cover, leaving the soil exposed to erosion. Rain washes away topsoil. Topsoil is the most fertile layer in the land, leading to significant land degradation. Isn't caused by a single storm. It is the ongoing removal of trees. The FAO, or the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United States, estimates that deforestation contributes significantly to soil erosion globally. We see this in the Philippines, where illegal logging and unsustainable agricultural practices have led to severe soil erosion in many areas. Without trees, roots to hold the soil together, even normal rainfall can wash away topsoil. This isn't just about trees. It disrupts the entire water cycle, leading to dry conditions and further degradation. Another example is unsustainable agriculture. Overuse of chemical fertilizers and pesticides further damages the soil's health. These practices are human choices and not caused by drought or a flood. The DNR, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, has identified unsustainable agriculture as a major contributor to land degradation in the country. Furthermore, improper waste disposal and mining activities contribute to land degradation. Open dump sites contaminate the soil and water, making the land unusable. Mining destroys landscapes and leaves behind barren land that is difficult to rehabilitate. These are direct consequences of human actions.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow debaters. Today, I stand against the idea that land irrigation is caused only by human activities and not by extreme weather conditions. We cannot ignore the significant impact of extreme weather. First, let's think about what land irrigation means. It is that when the land becomes less productive due to factors such as erosion, reduced fertility, and loss of biodiversity. Consider extreme weather events like droughts, floods, and storms. Droughts can dry out the soil, making it harder for a plant to grow, leading to desertification. Floods can wash away the topsoil, making the land less fertile. Storms can destroy vegetation and causes erosion. These natural disasters can degrade land on a large scale, often very quickly. Additionally, we forget about the climate change that leads to extreme weather events such as the climate warms. We are seeing more intense storms, droughts, and unpredictable weather patterns. This means that even if we improve our practices, extreme weather can still contribute to land degradation. We must recognize that throughout history, land degradation has happened naturally. For example, the Sahara Desert has grown and shrunk due to natural climate changes. So there are many examples of land being degraded by extreme weather. For instance, the floods in Pakistan were caused of heavy rainfall that affect millions and led to widespread land damage. These events show how powerful nature can be degrading land. So that's all.
Our position aligns several key cultural principles. The principle implemented hence highlight how everything ecosystems mean. Human action, land deforestation, disconnection, leading to negative effect, including land degradation. Removing trees doesn't just affect the trees. This impacts the soil, water cycle, and entire ecosystem. The principle of limited resources is also crucial. Soil is infinite resource, deplete resources, making it less productive over time. We cannot treat the land as an infinite source of nutrient and expect it to remain healthy. In the Philippines, several laws address land degradation. The Philippine Clean Air Act or Republic Act No. 8749, the Clean Water Act, Republic Act No. 9275, and the Environmental Impact Statement System all aim to regulate activities that can lead to land degradation. However, enforcement remains a challenge. The problem is a lack of laws, is the lack of consistent implementation and the ongoing human activities that disregard this regulation. For example, the DNR's National Soil Resource Management Program aims to promote sustainable land management practices. However, its success depends on active participation from communities and achieved away from destructive human practices. Simply blaming extreme weather ignores the need for these crucial changes in human behavior. That's all.
A pleasant day to all. I am the deputy leader of the opposition. I am here to agree and support the statement of the our leader. Ancient civilization lacking the industrial scale of modern human impact experienced significant soil erosion and desertification due to the prolonged droughts and other extreme weather events. The Reliant in Urdal 2007 study, while focusing on conflict, implicitly support is by showing that at a local level, the impact of land degradation on conflict is often outweighed by political and economical factors. This indicates that land degradation isn't always the direct result of human activity. Natural climate variability includes shift on rainfall patterns and the frequency and intensity of droughts and floods has always been a major factor. The Reliant in Urdal 2007 study, while focusing on conflict, offered crucial insight. The research using georeference data and small geographical units demonstrate that the correlation between land degradation and conflict at a local level is often weak or insignificant compared to political and economic factors. Natural factors are the underlying cause of the degradation itself. And that's all.
You said that extreme events like droughts, floods, and storm can dry out the soil beneath. It's harder for plants to grow leading to desertification. Look at the evidences. Areas with intact forests experience less soil erosion during heavy rainfall compared to the deforested areas. This shows the protective role of vegetation, which is often removed by human activities. Scientific studies have shown a direct correlation between deforestation rates and soil erosion levels. These studies consistently point to human action as the primary driven. So, what do you mean when you said that less deforested areas experience during heavy rainfall? How about if it's due to extreme heat conditions?
Let me answer that question. Due to extreme heat conditions, it is because of human action. So think about it. The ozone layer, it filters the heat from the sun. But because of the human activities such as burning trees and the pollution coming from the factors that is managed by the humans, it makes the ozone layer thin that leads to the penetration of the extreme heat. That's all.
So, furthermore, even after an extreme weather, even land and recover it if it is managed sustainably. Reforestation efforts, soil conservation, activities, techniques, and sustainable agriculture can help restore degraded land. This reinforces the impact that human intervention, not just the absence of extreme weather, is key to addressing land degradation.
So this this question is for the Deputy Prime Minister. So how does land degradation impact ecosystem and communities?
So land degradation impact ecosystem and communities. Why? This is bad for animals and plants that live there because they don't have food or shelter. It's also bad for people because they might not be able to grow food or have clean water. That's it.
You are blaming extreme condition. How about the impact of improper waste disposal on land degradation? It is also because of weather.
Let me answer that question.
Yes, it's because of weather. Even if the waste are properly arranged, if extreme floods and air, it will eventually scatter around.
As you said earlier, there is a unsustainable practices. My question is, what are some sustainable practices that can be implemented to mitigate land degradation or to help to less land degradation?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What are some sustainable practices that can be implemented to mitigate the land degradation?
We can implement the proper waste disposal. That proper waste disposal will lead to the community that is clean, and because of that, we can avoid the land degradation, and of course, avoiding using pesticides that are, extreme overuse, because that will also lead to the land degradation.
So according to the studies, convincingly argue that severe droughts and unpredictable rainfall patterns are primary drivers of the desertification, even in the absence of significant human-induced land use change. Further support this, demonstrating how extreme weather events link to natural climate variability. Do you have any question?
Any question?
Any question? So according to Humar and the review provides a comprehensive overview highlighting the intricate feedback loops between precipitation patterns, land degradation, and desertification. That's all.
So, in conclusion, we have clearly demonstrated that land degradation is primarily a consequence of human-induced activities. Deforestation, unsustainable agriculture, improper waste disposal, and mining are all examples of how human action degrade the land. While extreme weather can play a role, it's not only a root of cause, it is multifold, it is multi-layer, not the initiator. The ecological principle of interconnectedness and limited resources underscore the importance of responsible land management. Philippines law exists to protect our land, but effectively enforcement and a shift in human behavior are crucial. We are moved away from blaming natural events and take responsibility for our action. We are all for greater awareness of sustainable practices, strictly enforcement of environment regulation, and a collective effort to restore degraded land. We urge everyone to recognize that protecting our land is not just an environment issue. It is essential for our food security and our economic well-being, and the future of our nation. We surely believe that land degradation is primarily caused by extreme weather conditions the extreme weather such as floods, droughts, and storms that are the true driving forces behind land degradation. We will never agree that with the notion that human activities are the main cause of land degradation. Uh, as what our leader of opposition and deputy leader of opposition, the evidence shows that land degradation is a complex problem with deep historical roots. Natural climate, natural climate variability and extreme weather events have played as a contribution and continue to play a crucial role. We urge you to reject the proportion oversimplification and embrace a more understanding of multifaceted challenges. Yet, they fail to account the feedback loops created by climate change. Extreme weather conditions like heat waves, prolonged droughts, or increased rainfall are increasingly unpredictable and intense. These natural events, particularly as a result of climate change, can trigger catastrophic impacts of land quality and fertility that are not solely based on human behavior. That's all.